71% are under the age of 40, which means that over 500,000 young people are under the age of 40. And so the rest of the balance of my words strictly come from the standpoint that I am working not only for 2009 and 2010, but really for 2020. The reason I say that is that regardless if Barack Obama is on his speaking tour for 4 years or for 8 years, that we want to build a movement so that when those who are now 40, who are then 50, those who are then 40, now 30, and now 40, you get the point, those who are now 20 are now 30, even those who are now 10 are now 20. That is the movement we have to build. So let me just say this, and I'm not going to be that long. To date, more than 1.9 million U.S. service members have gone to Iraq and Afghanistan, the largest deployment since the 3.4 million who were sent to Southeast Asia in support of the Vietnam War. And many veterans are struggling from post-traumatic stress disorder and a number of things. Our movement must do 3 things at this point. The first thing we must do, Michael, as you said, we must become a movement of organized people. The battle we are fighting is between organized money and organized people. If we replicate and act like we are organized money, we will lose. This battle is between organized money and organized people. We must organize the people. Whatever we do from this point on, we must start organizing from the byways and the highways, from the streets to the suites, from the hood to the hill. We must start organizing everybody. That must be our first priority. If we are just coming to hear ourselves speak, then the memory of Alex and Casey and so many other young brothers and sisters who have given their lives for a crime will be in vain. That's the first thing. The second thing, we must work we must desegregate our progressive movement. I can't go to the healthcare rally and it be all white, or go to the police brutality rally and it be black, or go to immigration and be brown, or go wherever. We must desegregate our progressive movement. And I am calling on you to do that, because you must understand that the oppressed will act like the oppressed. And so a lot of times when you say that you're reaching out to people, it is the works you have displaced and put in people that have made people like myself and others in the movement, like Adam, like myself, who were interested in the peace movement. It was like Donald Smith who touched me and others who touched Adam. And those people who brought us into the movement. So if you keep working in the vineyards, in the labor, you will see the fruits. You will see more young people coming. Don't give up on fighting for the next generation. And finally, let me say this as I close. Many people saw me on Tuesday. We were launching our Bring the Black campaign. We launched that campaign at the West Wing of the White House. A campaign to end poverty, bring jobs. We went up there and we launched the campaign, and then we were back working. The reality, the reason why we were there at the West Wing on the Capitol is because of the work that you have done for the past 8 years. We have succeeded. Our work is not in vain. There are things that we have succeeded at. There are things that we have put in place. Do not get caught up in the moment with the President of the Congress. Continue to fight. Never stop fighting. Still storm the hallways of Congress. But remember this. If we don't finally come together and begin to work together, then we're never going to see the change. I can't tell people who were in the military. Okay? And now, and I don't, and you're right, I'm not excluding those who are serving now as a peaceful, but I just want to say this. Moms too. As a former officer, U.S. Air Force, I know many of you, like me, decided for whatever reason to serve this country. And I can now personally tell you that there are times when that decision hurts. It might have hurt when I was told I was now a threat to national security. I began speaking out. It might have hurt when I began to meet with mothers and fathers whose children were dying in Iraq, in Afghanistan, and here in our country. And it might have hurt when I began to now understand how this whole military-industrial complex works. But now more than ever as veterans, we are needed. We are needed now more than ever to serve not only this country, but the world. Our voices are needed in all the Congress and the schoolyards to now tell people we don't need a Department of War anymore, but a Department of Peace. Not excluding anybody else, but we must be the ones, the former servicemen and servicewomen, who must stay down and who do anything in the 21st century. We must bring the West study war only. Let's have situational awareness. We can't bring the millions